the porch, back porch, like everybody's outside chilling today. I guess it's the summer, so they hot. So I couldn't wait, child. I couldn't wait. I was like, boy, I need you like right now, right now. So what are we gonna do? Bitch, I hopped right on him. He was in the driver's seat. I hopped right on him like, mm, mm, mm. Anyways, and knock, 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 knock at the window, and it was Cuba. Hello to all my beautiful sisters from another mister and all my fine brothers from another mother. What's going on, guys? My name is Honesty and welcome to my channel. Alright, y'all, so today I'm coming at y'all with another story time. Before I get into the story time, let me just say this. I'm having a bad hair day. So please don't cut for me in the comments. If you know, you know. Anyways, I'm coming to y'all with this story time. It's going to be a juicy story time. It's going to be a drama story time. It's going to be a lot of tea spilled. So grab your teacups and let's sip this tea together, okay? Now let's get into this video. So I want to say 2009, 2010, around there. I was living in the east side part of the city where I live at, and I was living in an apartment with my mother, my stepfather, my little brother, my sister. She had her own apartment, but she used to come in and out because she was living with her boyfriend. They used to get into it a lot, so she would come to our house and, you know, just parlay there for a little while to then go back home. And my boyfriend at the time and my daughter's father, we was living in the east side, and it was about time that we left. Like, me and my mom, we was like, I can't do this shit no more. Like, that place, it was like so much bad luck, like, and it was too much fucking drama, too much going on. Like, the people from upstairs used to have a lot of people coming in and out, because where we lived, it was like a 3-story apartment building, but it was like 1, 2, 3, 4 doors, and then the first door is going to be one apartment. Then the second door, you open it, you go up the steps, there's our apartment, and then you go around to go up the other steps, and that's the third apartment, like the upstairs apartment. And the third door, I'm sorry, is the same way as ours. Like, you open the door, you take the stairs, there's somebody's apartment, then you go around and you take the stairs up, there's another apartment, and then the fourth and last door is for just a regular apartment. So the apartment that we lived in, the door that we lived in had people upstairs that lived upstairs from us, and them people used to fight like there's no tomorrow. They used to do, you know, what they do. So they had a lot of people coming up and down, in and out. Like, there was plenty of times. I felt like every week we were waking up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, if that, to, you know, cops raiding, like, boom, police, breaking out the door, shit like that. I remember there was this one time that they mistaken, I don't know how the fuck they do that, really don't, but they mistaken our apartment for their apartment, and they bust up in our house and bust down our door while we were asleep. Like, what the fuck going on here? Like, child, not here, you better take that shit somewhere else. Shit. And I had my baby in there. I was not playing them games. But anyway, so it was a lot of in and out from upstairs. And then there was a couple that lived up there that they used to go at it. I'm talking about blow for blow. Like, he used to beat the shit out of her, and she used to beat the shit out of him right back. Like, there was plenty of times where she would come downstairs and she would have a fucking black eye, bust a lip. Like, I used to feel so bad for that girl. But I'll tell you one thing, that girl used to hold her shit down. I got a story time about her too, because she ended up fighting me. I got a story time for that too. If y'all want to hear it, let me know. Anyway, so yeah, and then on the other side, it was the same shit. But since there was so much, like, attraction, I would say, to our building, because that was like the hangout spot. Everybody and their mother used to come to the front of our building to hang out, sell their candies, and you know, just fight, bust people, you know what I mean. They used to stab. It was a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I partake in some of it, because at that time I was whooping bitches ass from left to right because of my boyfriend. My boyfriend was cheating on me from left to fucking right, and I felt like every fucking day, at least 2 or 3 times a day, I was fighting. And like a dumbass, I still with him throughout all those years. I was with that man for 15 years. Like a dumbass, I stood with him throughout all those years and all the heartache and pain that he caused me and just fucking bitches up. I should have just threw the whole nigga away, but I didn't. I'm cool with him now, so shout out to you. We're gonna name him Nike. No, not Nike. Nah, that's whack. Let's name him Cuba. I will fucking know. Let's name him Cuba. So Cuba is my ex-boyfriend, ex-fiance, as a matter of fact, and my daughter's father. So he cheated on me with my friends. Well, friends, because let me tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this shit right now. When I got with him, I had nothing but boyfriends. Like, I was not feeling females at all. I only had this one female friend, which is Dookie. She's in my last story times, but I only had her. And if y'all read, I mean, if y'all heard my story times, y'all will see why I only had her, and she wasn't even a fucking friend. But I had a whole bunch of boyfriends and not boyfriends like boyfriends, but guy friends, should I say. I had a whole bunch of guy friends, never had any female friends. When I got with him, he didn't like that. He felt like it was a disrespect. So little by little, I didn't cut them off completely, but I just stopped chilling with them all the time. I would still call them, text them, or whatever. But um, now that I think about it, now that I'm sitting here saying it, I wonder why he didn't want me to have no guy friends. Hmm. Anyways, so people that I used to go to school with and that I got cool with and all that other shit, like, and we became cool and we used to hang out from here to there. They used to come to my house. I used to go to their house. We used to go to a party together, whatever. He was sleeping with them, cheating on me. Bro left me when I was 8 months pregnant. Sat me down at the kitchen table to tell me he can't be with me no more because he was going to school at the time because I was still in high school, but I was homeschooled. The teacher used to come to my house because I was in my last months of pregnancy, my last trimester, and I couldn't go into the school no more. So he took that time to cheat on me even more because he had bitches in there. But at least this time, even though it's fucked up, he should have never did it. But I was sitting at the kitchen table and he was like, "Listen, I gotta talk to you. I don't want to be with you no more. I'm good. Um, I've been talking to this girl from school and I like her. She like me, so I'm gonna try to make it work with her." And bitch, I am first and foremost, nigga, you living with me. Okay, you living with me. Even though it's my mama house, it's my house too because I was like damn near paying. I was damn near renting a room for my mom. I was still on my mom's lease and all. So nigga, you staying with me. Who- Okay, let's see if it's gonna work for you. Obviously it didn't, right? Because look at where he was at. Oh God, I look so crazy today, guys. Bad hair day. But so yeah, I was out there a lot. Like I would go outside, catch him in the act, fighting. Bitches used to come to my house for him, fighting. Like it was too much. Aside of what I had going on, like with all these bitches coming to my house, or knowing that he lives there with me and knowing where I live and they like him or something, they will come with that popping they shit. Like you ain't making it out of from in front of this house alive, or at least untouched, because you about to get that ass whooped. And I used to go out there all the time to fight. But it was like you couldn't. There was times where I just wanted to sit down on the porch and just relax without fighting, and just to enjoy the air. And the police would roll up on me, like pull up on me, tackle me. Like if I'm doing something, like I got arrested so many times. Oh my God! Like that place, I swear, because once we left that place and we moved, it wasn't the same. Like I was a total different person. I was not getting arrested. I wasn't none of that. I really think it was that house. Like it had a curse or something with the whole people that lived there and shit. So, long story short, my mom was like, "Yo, we need to move," and I'm like, "Yes," because I'm sick and tired of staying here. I'm sick and tired of living here. I don't want to be here no more. Like we need to fucking go. Like yesterday. So my mom started going apartment hunting and stuff like that, and then she ended up seeing a house that she fell in love with, and she was like, "Listen, I got a house." I was like, "Wow, we got a house? Yes, let's go. Like, let's get this shit on the road." So we ended up moving. I want to say like 2010. We ended up moving to the. We got out of the east side and we moved to the west side. So I said, "Wet." Did I say wet? West side. We got to the west side, and I fell in love with it. Like I fell in love with the house. Oh, child, was I in love with the house? Like it had downstairs when you walk in. It was like you walk in and the stairs is right there, and then it had the living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, laundry room. And then upstairs, when you get up to the top of the steps, on the left side is my little brother's room, and then my mom's room. And then like I said, when you're at the top of the stairs, it's like this my mom's, my brother's. I mean my brother's, my mom's, and then the bathroom, and then like you go like this when you come off the stairs, and there's a hallway closet, and then my room. And then upstairs there was like another bedroom, like another two bedrooms, and then like a little play area. So we started off with my daughter and me up in the attic, but it was too fucking hot, so I was like, no, fuck that, small room or not, because the room downstairs was really tiny. But I was like, small room or not, like we moving the fuck back downstairs because it's too hot up here. I can't. Not with my baby, I can't. So we lived there, whatever, and I remember when we moved there, I used to like walk to the store, or I would walk to the bus stop to go to work. And I used to see this couple outside. Well, I thought that they were couples, but they weren't. They're brother and sister. But I used to see this guy outside, this man with another woman, and I thought that they were like a couple. Come to find out, they were brother and sisters, but they were older. And the next door neighbor's house, which is the neighbor that I was creeping with, the next door neighbor's house, it was like that whole house was their family. So in the basement, it was, we're going to name him Money. In the basement, it was Money. Then, because the basement had an apartment, like it was a basement apartment, it was really, really nice. And it was Money, his girlfriend, and his daughter. And then on the first floor was the neighbor. We're going to name him Pooh. The neighbor that I creeped with, we're going to name him Pooh. Okay, so Pooh, it was Pooh and his mom. And then on the second floor, it was his mother's brother and his daughter, his grandson. And then in the attic, it was Pooh's cousin, which is, so the uncle, his uncle that lived on the second floor is the father of Money and the father of, we're going to name him Fetty. And Fetty and Money are brothers. Fetty lived in the attic, Money lived in the basement. So the reason why we're giving them names and we're not touching base on anybody else is because they play a big role in this whole shit. So I used to see the parents outside all the time, and I always thought, like I said, I always thought that they were a couple. Come to find out, they weren't a couple. So there was like once we moved here, I seen them a lot on the porch, and then little by little I started to see Money outside with his daughter, and he'll have his daughter riding in her little power wheel car and stuff like that, and he will say hi to me. Like they were, that family is so respectful. Like I can't, girl, I can't even tell you how they're so intelligent. They got manners. They were raised right. They from the down south anyway, but they were raised the right fucking way. Like hello sir, hello ma'am type of thing. How you doing? They like, they're awesome. I say they were. They still are awesome. I used to go to the store or go to take the bus or whatever, and I used to see either the mother and the father outside, and then I'll see Money outside with his daughter, or I'll see Fetty outside on a porch with his laptop, just watching a movie or just listening to music or whatever. And then little by little, we started talking like, oh, hey, how you doing? Chilling sometimes. Like if I'm outside and they're outside, like I'll either go over there and talk to them, chat it up, or they'll come to my porch, chat it up with me. And then Pooh, I'd never seen him. Like I barely ever saw him. Like I never noticed him ever, ever, ever. Never ever noticed him. So well, I'm walking to the store one day, and Fetty's on the porch, and he's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and then pops out Pooh, and he's like, hey neighbor, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And then I'm saying in my head like, who the fuck is that? I never seen him before. Like who the fuck is that? So then when I came back, because I was going to the store, I think I said bus stop, I'm lying, I was going to the store. When I came back from the store, they weren't there no more. But I'm like, who the fuck? I kept on saying like, who the fuck was that? Like, I don't remember seeing him ever. I know Fetty, I know Money. I've spoken to them numerous amounts of time. They're real cool people. I don't remember seeing him. So, anyways, I worked. I was a shift leader, shift manager at Dunkin' Donuts. So I would take the bus to work, and then there was this one day, well, one night because I used to work 6 at night to 12 in the morning. There was this one night where I was at work, and I could remember I was at the drive-through window, and a car pulled up, and I was like, "Welcome to whatever, whatever. Can I take your order?" And they was telling me what they wanted, and then there was this one person that was like, "Oh, I want a sandwich," but the way they was telling me to make their sandwich, it was so fucking complicated that I'm like, I was sitting there talking shit, like, I'll let go of the button, like, who the fuck does this? Like, why are they giving me such a fucking hard time? Like, why can't it be as simple as, let's say if they wanted a bacon, egg, and cheese. Why it just can't be bacon, egg, and cheese, no cheese? Like, he was like, I want a bacon, egg, and cheese, no bacon, I mean, no egg on a croissant. I want the croissant toasted on one side, not toasted on the other. I want one piece of bacon, a slice of cheese, a half a slice of cheese, then two slices of bacon, and a whole slice of cheese. And I'm like, who the fuck does that? Like, I was so mad. So I was like, I didn't let them know though. I was like, is that it? Is that it? And every time I said, is that it? I felt like they were ordering more. I was getting pissed the fuck off because it was busy that day, and like the person that's supposed to work with me called out, so at last minute I had to find replacement. Like, it was just not my day, not my night. So I'm like, okay, y'all can pull up. So they pull up, whatever, and I'm making their food, and then I go to the window, I open the window to tell them their total, and it's pool driving, and then it's money and a passenger, and then it's Fetty in the back. So when I opened the window and I told them their total, they was like, "Oh shit, look who it is." And I looked, I said, "Oh shit." I was like, "So why?" I got on their ass quick, like, who the fuck gonna order that? Like, and give me that, give me that fucking order, like, so complicated as hell, Fetty. Fetty, he was like, my bad, y'all. I didn't even know that you even worked here. Because if I would have known it was you, I probably would have never made you work that hard, type of thing. I'm like, yo, that is so fucking weird. Like, you're so weird. Who the fuck orders a complicated ass sandwich like that? Like, when you're hungry, but damn, like, so we're all laughing or whatever, and then I heard them say, "Oh, so this is where you work," and I'm like, "Yeah, this is where I work." And then the Pooh was like, Pooh said, "How you been? Hi, how you been?" And I'm like, "Hi, I've been good. How are you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm good, but remember I told y'all that I barely ever seen him. Like, matter of fact, I'm not gonna say barely. I never seen him till that one day that he said, 'Hey neighbor,' and I was like, 'Hi,' and I walked away and never seen them again. So when that day came and I seen them, I'm like, he's like, 'Hey, how you doing?' I'm like, 'Good. How are you?' He's like, 'Good. How you been, neighbor?' Like, trying to talk to me, like being nice. So and then I stopped because I the whole entire time I just kept staring at him like, who the fuck is this man? Like, where do I know him from? How do I know him that he's talking to me like? So I said, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I don't mean to be a bitch or nothing, but do I know you? Do I know you? And he's like, yeah. I said, no, no. Where do I know you from? And he said, okay, well, you don't know me, but I know you. I'm like, well, how the hell you know me? He was like, I'm your neighbor. I'm like, I never seen you. He was like, yeah, because I live in another city. He was like, I live in another city. My mom lives there, but I've been going over there a lot lately, and I've noticed you. The other day when I said hi to you, that wasn't my first time noticing you. Like, I've noticed you plenty of times before. I pay attention, and I'm like, stalkerish. I'm like, you pay attention. How you see me and I never seen you? How? Who? How? So, so he's like, yeah, I've seen you plenty of times before. You probably never noticed me. He was like, you need to start walking with your head up because you walk with your head down all the time. Like, you need to start walking with your head up. It's crazy because I used to walk with my head down all the time because that was like my way of like not seeing anybody and not having to stop to conversate with everybody because I'm not a people person. I don't like for somebody to look at me real quick and then think that, oh, they're looking at me, so let me have a conversation. No. No, I don't like people. I'm not a people person. So I do that honesty on purpose. So he was like, you need to look up so you can see your surroundings or whatever he said. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll keep in mind. I was like, nice seeing you. He's like, nice seeing you, so I'll be seeing you more. Okay. That night passed. come to find out, they used to go there because Pooh's mother used to work down the street. So they used to go to get her food or her coffee or whatever it was that she needed, whenever it was that she needed it. So happens that they supposedly they went there all the time, but I never dealt with them. Maybe because I was in the front cash register and I barely used to be at the drive-through because I fucking hated drive-through because the drive-through would just go all the time. And since I'm the manager of my shift, I'm not working there. I'm gonna put somebody else to do the hassle because I ain't for it. I ain't for it. We ain't finna do that. No, no. Especially if I'm the boss on my shift. No, I'm not doing it. You can fucking do it. So that's probably why. But so that night came and left, and then I want to say like the next week, I come out my house. I leave out my house, and I'm walking to the bus stop. Lies, lies, lies. Honestly, stop lying. I was walking to the store. Yeah, I was walking to the store, and I didn't realize that they were sitting there because it was Pooh and Money sitting there. I didn't even see them, and I was walking my head up this time, but I didn't see them. And then when I came back, when I was walking back home, I passed them, and they were like on the like right by the driveway. Like when you come in the driveway, they were leaning on that gate, and I was passing by. They was like, he was like, "Hey neighbor," and I was like, "Hey neighbor." Mind y'all, let me tell y'all this because I forgot to tell y'all this. Me, I already said that my boyfriend used to cheat on me from left to right, and I was just so fucking sick and tired of it that I want to say like a couple of months after we moved there, I just called it quit. I said, listen, I cannot continue to do this no more. Like, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of beating bitches' ass. I'm tired of confronting people. I'm tired of getting arrested for beating you and the bitch's ass. Like, I can't continue to do this. Like, I noticed that if I continue to let you hurt me, you're going to continue. I mean, if I continue to let you come back, you're going to continue to hurt me. And I'm not for it no more. Like, I deserve better. Um, I was a good woman to you. I didn't deserve any of this. I was faithful and all that. Like, we got engaged and everything. And it's like, I thought that you was going to change. And every time I think you're going to change, you don't. You just pay me back worse. So it's like, you take me as a joke now. Now you feel like, oh, if I do it, she's going to take me back. So I'm going to continue to do it. So I called it quits with him. I was like, I don't want no parts with you no more. Like, I'm good. He didn't have family like that, and he didn't have nowhere to go. So I was like, you could continue to stay here until you find or stack your money, because he was also a shift manager from his shift. He worked at the same Dunkin' Donuts I worked in. He worked from 12 to 6, and then I would come in to take over his shift, and I would work 6 to 12 in the morning. So I'm like, you can stack your money. You can stay here and stack your money until you got enough money to get your shit and get the fuck up out of here. But other than that, don't think that I'm going to be sleeping with you, if you know what I mean. Don't think that we're a couple. Don't think that you could question me or none of that. Because I'm going to live my life now since you fucking took my life from me. Miserable. Miserable. I told him I was miserable. And I definitely fucking was. Miserable. So I told him, I'm done with you. So like I said, that day I was walking back home from the store and I seen Money and Pooh outside, and they said hi, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 da. Oh, good, good. Then I walked away and I was walking up to my porch, and then I heard Pooh tell Money. He was like, you see that? That's me all day, or that's gonna be me all day, or some shit like that. I heard it, but I wasn't trying to pay it any, like, what you say? Who? Like, I didn't want to do all that. I heard it, and on top of that, I didn't know, because I wasn't, even though I heard it, I wasn't looking. So I don't know if he was saying it to me. I don't, like, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to assume shit if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All I know is that I heard it, but I didn't see how he said it, if he pointed, where he was saying it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know, so I let it be. So me and Fetty started getting real close. Like, I used to call him my brother and everything. We got real close. We used to hang out. We used to go to like parties and shit together and all that. And I used to hang out with him and his girlfriend. His girlfriend was such a sweetheart. That is now his wife. But such a sweetheart. Some cool people to get along with. Some cool people to chill with. Like, they were so down to earth. They would make us feel so freaking comfortable, and it was so fun to hang out with them. So we used to hang out a lot, and I remember this one night I told Fetty, I said, listen, I'm going out tonight. It's my girl's birthday, so we're going out. We're going to such and such club. You should come. If you want to come with us, just let me know and you could come. Oh, and he was like, okay, yeah, I'll go. My girl's coming home. My girl's coming over later on, so when she comes, mind you, we're sitting at my kitchen table at this point because I was getting dressed and I was sipping, getting ready to, had my fun. So he was in the kitchen at my house. We was drinking, taking shots while I was getting ready or whatever. So I told him like, you can come if you want. And he was like, yeah, I'll go. I'll pass by, but I want to wait for my baby to come so I thought we could go together. So I'm like, okay. I gave him the address. He had my phone number. I'm like, call me when you're there or whatever. I'll come out to meet you. So he said, all right. I finished getting dressed. We went to the club. I want to say like about 2 hours after we were at the club, my phone rings and it was him. I picked up. He couldn't hear me. I couldn't hear him. So I hung up and then he texted me. And he was like, listen, me and my girl made plans. My girl made plans. I didn't know she was going to surprise me. So I'm not going to be able to make it. But Pooh say he'll go. He's coming off of work, or he just got off of work. He's getting in the shower. He said he'll love to go. Like, he'll go. So I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. Tell him that we're going here, they're there. We're going here, and then here's the address. Then we might be going somewhere else. So just tell him, like, when he's on his way over here to make sure that he lets me know so that I can tell him if we're still here or if we went hopping somewhere else. So a little while after that, Pool didn't even freaking text me or nothing. Like, he just walked up in the club. I don't know. I guess he probably seen the car that I was in because I told him the car that I was in, and we parked it like right in front. So he walked right in, and then like I can remember I was standing at the bar about to get my drink, and I guess he noticed me, so he was standing behind me this whole time, and I didn't even know. So when I turned around, it was like like just picture like he was like this close to me. So if I got my back turned, when I turned around, it was like this. Even though he's taller than me, like I was probably right here on him, but still, like I was like, oh, and I looked like, oh hey. He was like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, good. You look good. You look good. He was like, thanks, you too. And I'm like, thank you. He was like, what you drinking on? And I was like, oh, I'm drinking on this. I forgot what the fuck I was drinking on. So he went and he got the same thing, and then we were just sitting there talking. And then we went to another club from there, and we was dancing. Now he's black. Damn it, he black. I love black people. Sorry, I don't mean to say it like that. Y'all know what I mean. But anyway, I just find it so sexy. We was dancing. The reason why I say he's black is because this just melted me because when we went to the other club, a Spanish song came on, and I'm like, oh, this is my song. So I'm sitting there dancing my Spanish song. He comes along and grabs my hand, twirls me around. Once he twirls me around, he stops, like when he's right in front of me, like I'm right in front of him. He's like this, like 3 times, like swoop, swoop, swoop. And then when I stopped, that I was in front of him, he grabbed my waist like this, pushed me like closer to him, and started dancing with me. I'm like, oh my God, this man know how to dance Spanish? And I was just, the whole entire night like this. I probably had drools spilling. I probably had drools everywhere. I'm like, let me tell you, that was like a for me. I was like, oh my God. And then the way he did it, like, and then there was this one part. There was this one part when he like picked me up, trying to do like that dirty dance move. He like picked me up, but when he let me back down, it was like slow, real slow. And then he like, when my face was next to his, well, in front of his, because remember I told you he taller than me. When my face was right in front of his, it's like he stopped it right there, and then just looked me dead in my eyes, and then just slid me back down. Child, listen, I'm telling you, I was like, oh man, this man done got me all fucked up. Like, no, don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. So then after that night, like, we were partying, we were having fun, whatever. And then after that night, I'm like, well, we had fun. It was nice seeing you. He's like, yeah, you too. We left. He went in his car, his way. I went my way. We went to the Chinese store because a bitch was hungry. I used to drink. I don't do nothing no more. I drink, and I like to eat chicken wings after that. So we went to the Chinese store, And out of all of the fucking Chinese stores that are around this motherfucker, ended up going to the same Chinese store. Mind you, we did not say we were going to a Chinese store or nothing. We went to the fucking Chinese store, and then probably like 15 minutes after we were there, in comes him. And you want to hear what he said? He said, "Oh, this was meant to be." I'm like, "Oh my God. Why is this happening?" Because I said, I've been in a relationship for 15 years, and I kept on saying it, like, if I ever leave this relationship, I am not, under no circumstances am I going to be with anybody else. Like, I'm not going to be in a relationship. I'm done with relationships. Like, I am fucking done. And I thought I was, and I'm just like, I'm not even going, I'll be celibate till I fucking find till I find the right man. I'm not messing with nobody, no nothing. Like, I don't got time, child. I don't got time. I wasted all these years of my life. Now it's time for me to have my fun, and I'm not gonna be able to do it if this shit happens. Like, I was not expecting it to happen, but it did. But I'm moving too fast. I had to slow down. So he was at the Chinese store. We was talking and stuff, and then he kept telling me how beautiful I was and all this other shit, and I was just all in all, like, oh my God. So after that, came out my house. I went to go to the backyard to do something, and I came back out, and he was on the porch. Now this time he used to be on the porch a lot. He was on the porch, and he was like, "Hey neighbor." He knew my name, but he could not say "Hey neighbor." You know what he was doing. "Hey neighbor," and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" He was like, "Good." He was like, "You hungry? Let me take you out for breakfast." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so sweet of you." I can't though, because I gotta go run somewhere with my sister. I was gonna go do things with my sister. So I was like, "Can I take a rain check?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure. Just let me know when you want to cash it in." And I'm like, "All right, I'll let you know." Then there was this. Then a couple of days after that passes by or whatever, and then I never cashed in that rain check. Then finally I was like, we was like, little by little we started talking, little by little, but it was like, it wasn't like relationship type of thing. It was like friends. Like, we were talking like friends. He told me he had a crush on me, whatever, whatever, and I'm like, like, I really don't want to do this, especially with you being a neighbor. Even though I'm not in this relationship with my daughter's father, he still lives here, and you know, we're neighbors, so we're cool with each other. Never, like, I was the ones that was chilling with them. He wasn't. Like, my Cuba, that's what I named it, right? Cuba. Cuba was cool with them, but he wasn't like chilling with them and talking to them on a daily basis. They didn't have each other's phone numbers where they were calling or texting each other. They wasn't doing none of that, but they were cool as far as like being neighbors. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna feel so awkward. I'm gonna feel weird. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, it's, I don't know. Like, I was like, So we was chilling together. We was drinking, and then it was a beautiful night, and I remember he texted me and he said, "I really want to take you out," or some shit like that. And I said, "Well, you don't got tinted windows, so that's never going to happen." Like, in other words, I would love to go and hang out with you or whatever, but I don't want people to get the wrong picture. So I don't want to be seen with you, type of thing. I said it wasn't a nighttime, it was the evening time, like around 5 in the evening, 5. So I'm like, I don't want to be, seen, type of thing. Let me tell you, the next morning, he texted me, he's like, "Go to the back door and look out the back door to my backyard." I looked, that man had tinted windows. Tinted fucking windows. I said, "Did you really?" He said, "Yep." Now what's going to be your next excuse? He was not giving up. Like, he really, really, really wanted it. He was not giving up. So I'm like, oh shit, like, this man really went and did. Okay, now what's gonna be my next excuse? So I'm starting to think about excuses, and at this point, I'm like, he's getting me, because he's getting me. This man went and did a whole tinted windows all over his fucking car, dark tints, the illegal ones where you cannot see in. Like, he was not playing no games. He really wanted this, child. He really wanted it. So I'm like, oh my God, like, I was falling for him. I really, really, really was. And I'm like, damn, like, he's making me like him. I don't want to do this. And then we was drinking the next day. No, I'm not going to say the next day. It was a couple of days, maybe a week after that. We was drinking and stuff like that. We was just chilling on the porch, having a couple beers, nothing serious. He came along. He had a bottle. We was all drinking, and then he said, "Let's go take a ride. Let's go take a ride." It was ooh, child. He said, "Let's go take a ride." So I'm like, "Okay, let's go take a ride. Let's go take a ride." So we go take a ride. He rides us to his we go to his job. He worked at a private members club, I think it was called, something like that. It was a private members club where there was a lot of horses and stuff. So he was showing us around. He he drove us down the go kart, not go karts, what the fuck, golf carts, the little drop. Y'all know what the fuck, y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, he drove us on one of those, and he was showing us around. And I'm like, oh wow, this place is so beautiful. This, that, and the third. And then, um, we were flirting or whatever, and I kissed him one time. I kissed him one time, and then we just kept on drinking, listening to music, driving around, having a good time. And then when it was time to go in the house, um, his girl, he had like a little fling. It wasn't a girlfriend, it was just somebody that he was messing with. He had called her so he could meet up with her, and so she followed us in his car to his house, because mind you, he was my neighbor. So she followed us into his, I mean, yeah, she followed us in her car, and we was in his car. So when we got there, I got out. I was like, "All right, neighbor, see you tomorrow." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, see you tomorrow." And then the girl came out of out of her car. They walking up in the house together, and I'm like, "Damn, he about to beat that shit down." And I said, "No, fuck that. He ain't beating shit." I called them. I went inside. I used my house phone. I called them, and I'm like, "Can I left my phone in your car in the back seat?" So he's like, "Oh shit, all right. Just come and meet me in the back. I'm gonna go open the car now to get you could come and get it." So no, he said, "Oh shit, I'm gonna unlock my car now so you can go and look for it." I said, "No, I don't want to go back there by myself. You don't have to come with me." So the lights, cause well they have, what's that called, motion sensor lights. So when I went to the back, um, he was coming out of his car. I mean, coming out the house and went to like where his car is at. He unlocked the car. I got in the car and I'm looking all over the floor, looking all in between the seats, and I'm like, damn, I can't find my phone. So he was looking in the front where his seats are at, and then he came up from the front and he came to me. He's like, "You want to know why you can't find your phone?" I said, "Why?" He was like, "'Cause you never left it in here." I said, "How you know that? How you know I never left it here?" So and then he was like, "'Cause it's right there." I don't know why the fuck I always left my phone right. I'll stick my phone in my boobs. He's like, "'Cause it's right there." I'm like, caught. Looking stupid. When I looked, I said, "Oh, I didn't even know that." He said, "Child, let me tell you, he has girl naked, butt naked in the room, and I was in the car looking for my phone, which I never left in there. I just wanted to see him one last time because I knew that he was about to go beat that girl down, and I was mad because I was starting to feel for him. So I was in the backseat of the car looking for everything. Well, looking for my phone. He climbed in the backseat, and that man tongued me down something serious. Child, he tongued me down something serious. And I was just like, oh my God. I just wanted to tear his ass up in that back seat right there and then. But then I was like, he said, "Oh man, I don't know why you did this to me." That's what he said. "Oh man, I don't know why you did this to me." I was like, "I ain't do nothing." And I went my little hot ass back in my house. And then the next day, he's like, he called me. He's like, "Can you come with me somewhere?" I was like, "Where?" He was saying he went to go to Bob's to look for furniture or whatever. So I'm like, "Okay, you know what you made me do last night?" I said, "What?" He said, "When I came back in the house, I told homegirl put her clothes on and I sent her ass back home. And I told her I don't want nothing to do with her. I can't fuck with her no more." I said, "Why would you do that? Why would you do that?" He said, "'Cause look what you did to me." You played that bullshit last night. You try to act like you left your phone in the back seat, but that wasn't no back seat shit. You tried to trap me, and you did. And you did, and I really want to be with you. And I'm like, oh my God, how are we gonna be together? Like, I can't, like, how? He was like, I went and got my tents. Like, I broke it off with this girl. He was like, I'm worried about you and only you. Like, I really want to be with you. Like, and even if we don't be together, I want you in my life. Please be a part of my life. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, why would you do that? Like, it's gonna be awkward. How are we gonna do this? Like, even though I'm not with my daughter's father, I still don't want people to see me with you. I still don't want to like put it out there like we like each other. Like, I really don't want to do that because I don't want to start nothing, and I don't want to hurt. Even though he hurted my ass, I didn't want to do that to him. So he's like, if I cut it off, I know you could. This, that, and the third. I'm like, I don't know. I said, I'll think about it. Then the next day, he calls me. He said, get dressed real nice. I got a surprise for you. And I'm like, what? So I get dressed. I take a shower. I get dressed. Husband picks me up. He blindfolds me. Well, he ended up taking me to a spa. I got a whole full body massage and everything. Like the way they did it, it was so like he must have put a lot of time and thought into it. Like it looked like the minute I went in there, I had a blindfold. He took the blindfold off, and then the lady came up to me and she was like, "Hi, Honesty. My name is such and such, and it's all about you today." And she was like, "You can go. We'll see you in 3 hours." I'm like, 3 hours? We'll see you in 3 hours. Let me take care. Let me do my job. So he wrote down everything that he wanted her to do, everything he wanted her to say. Like, there was when they was giving me the massage, they put like soothing music on, and before that it was a letter. Like every step that we would do, it was a letter from him or a little note from him, like, oh, you work hard, or like, for an example, one of them was, oh, you work hard, you're a great mother, um, you work hard, you're a great mother, and there's never you time, so take this time to call it me time, type of thing, and enjoy this body massage. Just relax and enjoy it, like shit like that. Then next was my feet, next was my facial, and he had a little note for every fucking. And then after we left there, he came and he picked me up, and I'm like, he had a whole bunch of a dozen roses. I'm sorry, a dozen roses, a little card. Then he's like, I gotta blindfold you again. I'm like, what the fuck? So he blindfolds me. We're in a car. We get to where we're going. I hear an elevator. We get on the elevator. We get off of an elevator. I hear a key, but it was like one of those from a hotel. So I heard it, and I'm like, we get in. He takes the blindfold off, and we're in a hotel, and it's like rose petals all over, and each rose petal had a step to do. So when he took off the blindfold, the one of the rose petals said, "Take the blindfold off." So he took the blindfold off, obviously for me. And then the next one was a couple steps. Now take your shoes off. A couple steps. Take your feet. Like it was a whole like that. And then the next thing you know, by the time I knew it, I was naked. Okay, naked. Even though I just came from this massage and all that, he had candles, bubbles, like he had a bubble bath going for me with and it was an expensive hotel. He had a bubble bath going with the candles and the wine, and I'm just like, he's like, this is all for you. And then I'm like, you want some, don't you? He was like, no, that's not the reason why I did it. I said, so why you did it at a hotel? He was like, because you always claiming that you don't want this person to know, that person to know, you live next door, too close to home, da 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 da. So I went further out and I got this hotel room, and I'm doing everything that I should have done for you at my house here. So we got through that or whatever, and then after that, after he showed me all that, I was all in, girl. I was all in. I used to creep every fucking day. Let me tell y'all what we used to do. I used to want to stay with him all the time. Once my daughter, I would put my daughter to sleep. Once my daughter was asleep, I would go like, oh, I'll see y'all later. I'm going to go take a walk, or I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there. And I would walk around the corner, And when I walk around the corner, his cousin, Money, will come and pick me up from around the corner. I'll put my seat all the way back, and then he'll bring me drive me right back around the corner into the parking lot, up to the door, and then take me, like, look to see if the coast is clear, make sure nobody's in my backyard looking, and then sneak me into the house. And then in the morning time, because yes, bitch, I said morning time, because I used to go back home before my daughter would wake up because she had to go to school. In the morning time, he would I would get in Money's car, and I would put my seat all the way back so nobody could see me. Money will come and drive me around the block or down the street, let me off there, and then I'll walk up to the house and, where you was at? Yeah. But I didn't give a fuck, because it was like, nigga, you had your fun, and now that I'm having my fun, you mad? Don't be mad. Don't be mad. But I creeped with this man. We creeped for like a whole year. A whole year. People was thinking like, There was this one time, let me tell you, oh my God, there was this one time that I was sneaking in and out with him, and when I left my house, I met him down the street and around the block. We was chilling, driving around, listening to music, going to the bar, playing pool, blah blah blah. And we came to his house, and when we pulled up towards his house, everybody was on the porch, on my porch and his porch. Like, it was like that night, everybody was out, and I'm like, oh man, all these people out in the fucking house. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, they in the porch, back porch, like, everybody's outside chilling today. I guess it's the summer, so they hot. So I couldn't wait, child. I couldn't wait. I was like, boy, I need you, like, right now. So, what are we gonna do? Bitch, I hopped right on him. He was in the driver's seat. I hopped right on him, like, Anyways, and knock at the window, and it was Cuba. Fucking Cuba. I'm like, we're caught. Fuck, we're caught. And then I'm bugging. I'm like, oh, fuck, we're caught. And then I guess since he sees the car, like, he said, oh, my bad. I didn't know y'all was busy. He thought that it was him and his girl, because, well, not his girl, the chick that he left to fuck with me. Cuba thought that it was that girl, because we done met that girl already. Like, he introduced us to her already. Cuba thought it was her, so he was like, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to interrupt. And I'm like, fuck, we just got caught. Oh my God, here we go. Now everybody gonna know. Which he didn't give a fuck who knew. But the fact that I was like nervous and I didn't want anybody to know until I was ready to tell people, trying to calm me down and trying to handle it, making sure that motherfuckers know that it wasn't me, although it was me. So he, like, right after he walked up to the front, I ran out of the car and I ran in the house and I ran to the room. And he said, I'm gonna go outside for a little while, just to play it off, to tell everybody, like, to say what up and tell him there's nothing to worry about. And, you know what I mean, say that the girl was drunk and she's in a room or whatever. And he was on that porch for like an hour, and I kept texting him, like, could you fucking get inside? Like, I was so fucking nervous. I'm like, can you come inside? Like, you're talking too much to him. There's no reason for y'all to be talking. Just please come inside. And he came inside, and I was like, does he know it's me? He was like, no, he don't think it's you. He didn't even know it was you. Like, the last thing on his mind is you, because he didn't even bother to mention your name. So I'm like, thank God. And then there was another time where me and him, like, I always said I wanted to do it in the rain. Me and him both. Yeah, we was bold as fuck. When I say bold as fuck, I mean bold as fuck. We used to do it in various amounts of places, like crazy places, on the highway while he was driving, in the hospital. If you want to hear those story times, comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. Me and him went right to the back porch, outside on the back porch, and did it in the fucking rain on the back porch. Like if we couldn't get caught. I'm telling you, I used to sneak all the damn time. We snuck every day straight for the whole 4 months straight. We would sneak off. I would leave my house. He would pick me up down the street. We'll drive around, hang out, and chill. And then when we'll go to his house, he'll make sure the coast is clear, and he'll run me out his car into his house. And I'll be in his house chilling for a little while. and or for the night. And then when I'm ready to go home or when before my daughter wake up, he'll bring me right back in his car, leave right the fuck back out, drop me off down the street or around the corner so like that I could walk back home and nobody could think that it's me or that I was with him. But it like now that I think about it, it's like how the fuck nobody knew? Like how nobody even thought about it because it's like he just left the house and then I'm coming in the house and he's pulling up. As I'm walking down the street, he's pulling into like where did he go that fast? And now he's coming to pull in and you're walking down the street. Like I don't get it. But the thing about it was when he used to come out, he'll either drive this way and drive all the way down the street and then go around the whole block and leave me right there so like that I could be coming this way and then he'll be coming this way so it don't look like we're coming from the same direction. Or if he left me over here, he's gonna come drive from over there so like that nobody could think, you know what I mean? But it was still so obvious and I don't see how nobody got like caught it. Like I really don't. But um yeah, and then if it wasn't him, because he had dark tints, like really dark tints, nobody could see in it. So we used to drive around. We used to do it in the car because a bitch like was a freak. Like fuck that. It was. Let me remind y'all. Well, not let me remind y'all because I didn't even tell y'all this, but I didn't even have sex. I didn't do it for a very long time. After I called it quits with him, with my daughter's father, Cuba, after I called it quits with him, I was like, I'm done. I'm not messing with nobody. I'm not nothing, nobody. And it was almost a damn year before I decided to actually start doing anything, and it was with the neighbor. So I was creeping with the damn neighbor this whole time, and nobody knew. Like he would literally pick me up from down the street, drive around and do whatever we do, then go back to his house, which is literally right next door. If you come outside my porch, my back porch, and you look this way, you're seeing inside of his backyard, inside his parking lot and everything. Like, so it was that crazy. There was some times where his mother, because I didn't want his mother to know either. I didn't want nobody to know. So if his mother was at home, I would just be like, no, we're gonna have to do everything and chill in this fucking car. If we're gonna sleep in this car all night, we're gonna sleep in this car all night. If we're gonna do anything, we're gonna do it in this fucking car. Because I am not sneaking into your mother's house while she's there and her hear me screaming or her hear me moaning. No, we're not doing that. I said screaming, Lord have mercy. um, I'm like, no, she's not about the nope. So we used to do it in the car instead. Like, obviously the car's fogged up. Cars fog the fuck up. The car is moving. Like niggas is not stupid, but well, they are stupid because they never, like when I tell y'all, it was like 4 months straight that I was creeping with this man. Crazy. It was crazy. I'm like, yo, I don't understand how people really don't know that I'm just creeping with the fucking neighbor, like I'm fucking a neighbor. Well, how they don't know that? Like I don't understand. I'm making it as obvious. Like it's so fucking obvious, so obvious, and it's like nobody knew. Nobody knew until I did a hiccup and I got pregnant. Yep, I got pregnant. All that effing we was doing for a whole 4 months straight, every day, every night. Child, listen, bitch got pregnant. But like I said, I was creeping with the neighbor. My daughter's father was still living with us. I was not in a relationship with him. He wanted to be back with me. He wanted me very much so. But I was like, no, we're not doing this no more. Like, I'm good with you. You hurt me too much and you slept with my friends and everything. Like, I can't do it no more. I can't. Don't think that we're together just because you're still living here, just because you're sleeping on your side of the bed. Stay the fuck on your side of the bed. Stay the fuck on your phone. Stay the fuck with your cheating ways and don't worry about me and what I'm doing. Like, you just fucked it all up for me. Like, I'm never going to want to be in a relationship ever the fuck again. And then here I go start creeping with the neighbor. Like, I don't understand. Like, we got caught. Besides that one time when him knocking on the door, we got caught. But the thing was, he didn't know it was us because of the tints on the car. Like, there was a couple times that people would roll up. Like, one time, I forgot who it was, his mother. One time his mother came, let her rest in peace, knocking on the door, knocking on the window, and calling his name, saying, oh, would you stay in your car all night? You got drunk and you fell asleep in your car? Why you throwing in your car? Get your ass in the house, boy. And she didn't even know I was in there. She didn't even know I was in there. We crept, 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 walking in from the backyard. From the back door and walking out from the back door. I never used the front door. I always used the back door. I never walked into his driveway or into his yard. I was either picked up around the corner like some type of hooker, right? Picked up around the corner and brought to the backyard, like with the car, and then snuck inside, or by him or his cousin Money. Other than that, that's the only people that knew that we was creeping. His cousin Money, me, him. Oh, and Fetty, because Fetty's the reason why, he put us on. But yeah, and I started creeping with the neighbor, and I ended up getting pregnant by the neighbor, and I had a miscarriage, and then I ended up getting pregnant again, and then I was like, you know what? No, we're gonna have to call it. That's when it blew up. That's why everything blew up when I ended up pregnant and I actually had the baby. That I knew that I was gonna have the baby, because when I first got pregnant, I ended up having a miscarriage. So I just kept that to myself, and we kept it between us. And then the second time I got pregnant is when everything blew up, and everybody found out that me and him was creeping, and Cuba threw a fucking fit. Cuba and the neighbor was about to fucking go in, where they were about to go at it. They were about to fight. The neighbor was ready to fucking kill Cuba. Cuba was talking shit to me. Cuba was calling me all types of names when he found out I was pregnant. And then, when he found out who I was pregnant by and who I was creeping with, even worse, like even his family, the way his family felt, like they looked at me very differently because of the way we did things and the way we went about things, which I should have never did it like that. I should have just came out like, yeah, we're fucking with each other and what? I didn't have nothing to hide. I wasn't with him. I wasn't with Cuba or anything, but I don't know. I don't know why I wanted to hide it. But it was a big ass mess. And if y'all want to hear that big ass mess of finding out that we're finally doing a little thing, we're couples and all that, if y'all really want to hear that story of the craziness that happened, let me know in the comments section down below. And just to let y'all know, the neighbor put a ring on it. I'm still with the neighbor, y'all. I'm still with the neighbor. 10 years with the neighbor. So, yeah. If y'all want to hear any more stories about me and creeping with the neighbor, and if y'all want to hear about when everybody found out about me and the neighbor and how all hell broke loose, if y'all want to hear about that, let me know in the comment section down below. But this is the end of this story, you guys. If you like this story and if you want more content like this, give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to come and join my family. Come and join the family. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video. And again, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Tell me if you like the story, with that thumbs up, of course, as well. But tell me if you like the story. Tell me if you want to hear about the time that, everybody found out that we were messing around and I got pregnant. And, yeah, you guys. So, that's all for this video, guys. You know what? No, I'm not even going to say. I was going to say something else, but I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to say it for the next video if y'all want to see that video. So, yeah, that's the end of that, guys. So, thank you so much for watching, and bye.